Magic the Gathering fans like you and I are out there spending our hard-earned money on Bloomburrow hand over fist. We are buying tons and tons of boxes, and for good reason. This seems like an amazing Magic the Gathering set. It brings us back to what Magic in our minds feels like it should be, and the cuddly critters theme and motif, if you will, is something that does hit home for a good portion of people that love to play our favorite trading card game. But there is a downside, and it does appear that the price of singles when it comes to Bloomburrow is, well, let's just call it what it is. It's crashing, especially when you consider the product the Play Booster Box. I want to have a conversation today about the price of singles when it comes to this latest Magic the Gathering release, and why I think Magic and Wizards of the Coast is cracking a code that's going to be good for us in the long run, but it's going to feel a little bit different right now. All right, let's get into this one. As we've mentioned before on the channel, when it comes to the sales of sealed product for Bloomburrow, well, the set's pumping. I think it's safe to say it's the most popular standard set we've seen in some time, and the results that we track on TCG Player, where we track every single sold listing of sealed product supported by the channel members, who pay $5 a month to help pay for server costs, get discounts at box openings. The button is below. We see that Bloomburrow is absolutely crushing it. These stats and all this data is available at cardboardfinance.com for anyone who wants to look for themselves, but we look at this content on the stream all the time, and I wanted to have a conversation today about something a little bit more theoretical and less data-driven when it comes to the recent Magic release of Bloomburrow, and maybe even the future of Magic the Gathering as a whole. Now, Bloomburrow boxes, as we mentioned, are selling in droves and maintaining a very stable price on the secondary market. This is extremely healthy for a product to come out, have a stable price, give people a great experience and get them coming back for more, and helping game stores actually sell boxes at a profit. Yeah, this is important. Bloomburrow's kind of checking all of these, well, boxes, if you will. But there is a bit of a downside, and I think we're seeing it rear its ugly head in Bloomburrow, but I think this might be the direction of Magic the Gathering in the long run, and it's something I've been advocating for about a year and a half that I've been making Magic the Gathering content, and that is the idea of Bloomburrow singles and their value. Now, a bit conspiracy theory-ish, but it does seem that Bloomburrow Play Booster Boxes, yes, the new product that's meant to replace the Draft and Set Booster and kind of be an amalgamation of both of these products, seems to have less hits, less mythics, less crazy extendo, borderless, wild cards in the box on a per box basis, meaning you are getting more basic rares than you used to and less of the crazy mythic and big hits that we have come to know when it comes to especially the set booster box. Now, there's no data to back this up, but it does seem that for the boxes that I've opened for myself, for channel members, and the content that I have watched, it seems that this might be the case. And this means that most of the time in the Play Booster Box, your EV or expected value, the nerd stats for the amount of money the cards in the box are worth when you open it, seems to be, well, a bit low and drastically low in some cases. Yet, even though this is the case, the Bloomburrow box and the product continues to sell well. And a lot of that is because of the versatility of the Play Booster Box. I've said it before, I've said it again. I did a video when I first got into this space about why I collect draft boxes. You see a lot of collector boxes behind me. My second shooting area is just a wall of draft booster boxes, and I love them for their versatility. I love the idea that at any moment I can grab this box off the shelf and use it to crack packs for fun. I can play sealed, I can play draft, or I could just crack a bunch of packs and build a bunch of pre-constructed decks to sit around and play in my house with my friends because, well, maybe we don't always want to play Commander. Maybe sometimes we want to actually play 60 card one-on-one Magic. I know, wild theory, but the Bloomburrow Play Booster Box seems to drift more to the Draft Booster Box side of things, where it seems to be a box meant for play. It seems to be leaning in the direction of the limited play experience, curating that to be a wonderful time for anyone who chooses to go down that path, and because of this, it is sacrificing a bit of the heat, the pulls, the value, and we see this EV number, this theoretical value of the box, seeming to come down. Now, this often would be a concern. You see a lot of people on the internet, a lot of people in comment sections, and a lot of people having conversations at their local game store saying, when I buy a Bloomburrow box, I just don't feel like I'm getting all of this value out of the product where I spent my hard-earned money. If your whole goal is to crack the box, go on TCG Player, and compare on a card-by-card basis how much money you put in versus how much comes out. And this, to me, is actually a fine problem to have, with a caveat. In a set like Bloomburrow, where there are other things tying us to the product, our love for Magic the Gathering, our love for the theme, the furry critters, the art, the limited play experience, how much fun the cards are to put on the table, this is an arena where you can have a lower EV and really still attract people to your product. And let's face facts, the Play Booster Box is, well, it's meant to play, and that seems to be going extremely well. Because of how strong the set is in those aspects, the value of the cards coming out of the box doesn't seem to be affecting the community hyper negatively. And this is where my hot take comes in. If you're here for this hot take, well, maybe you should be subscribed, because I think 80 to 85% of the people who watch the videos on the channel aren't subscribed. So hit that button. We're on our way to 10K. With a small channel like mine, every click of the button helps. I don't know why I stumbled over that phrase, but it really does. But I really do believe, in my hot take here, that this is a fine sandbox for Magic the Gathering sets to play in. The idea, this theoretical world where a standard set comes out, where they're trying to bring standard back, and we love the theme, we love the set, we're willing to spend the money on the product, and the single cards for those looking to head to the secondary market are cheaper, they're more affordable, we can build maybe our very first standard deck or add things to our commander deck more cheaply. I think this is a win-win. But in that timeline, in that space, in this world of Bloomburrow that we live in right now, you have to have a dark side to your light side. The free singles and everything is super cheap. Good Jedi, you have to have the dark side, and that is the other side of Magic the Gathering, which I actually don't believe is the dark side at all. I advocate for the side of Magic the Gathering all the time. There has to be some kind of value and some kind of collectability and chase within the product. Listen, Magic the Gathering is a trading card game that has a collectible aspect to it. There are so many people that attack Magic the Gathering from a pure collector standpoint that these sets have to have something for them. And in fact, the idea that people can collect things, get value, put cards on the table for more affordable, and play all of these avenues is what makes Magic the Gathering so cool. It's one of the things that makes our game reach so far and so wide and touch so many hands on each and every release. And the Bloomburrow Collector Booster Box, well, the dark side of this equation is coming with some heat. The Collector Booster Box seems to be printed at an appropriate level, and the hits in the Collector Booster Box that aren't found as much in the Play Booster Box. Some, of course, not at all, but the ones that are available are super rare in the Play Booster Box, are coming out of these Collector Booster Boxes, and we are actually excited to pull them because they are not plentiful. They are not on every single corner. Not every single person that you know has copies of these cards. You're able to live in this world where it's actually exciting to open a Collector Booster Box. And now we have built an ecosystem where cards, not functionally unique cards, the same card in a multiple treatment, has a cascading set of values where some are really expensive for the collectors and those seeking value and maybe a little bit of bling, and a more affordable version for those who just want to sit down and play a trading card game. And this, in my opinion, is the secret sauce. This is where TCGs, and especially Magic the Gathering, live the best. The idea that you can have collectible versions of things that people want to chase down, and playable version things for people like you and I that want to slam cardboard on the table is the butter zone. It is heavenly, and Bloomburrow seems to be knocking that out of the park. There are some pitfalls to this, and it's, the EV of the Play Booster Box is going to be lower, and provided Wizards of the Coast can lean into the experience that we mentioned before and all the other elements that the Play Booster Box has to offer, and they can continue to properly print the Collector Booster Box and, well, not dump it on Amazon for $110. Shout out Streets of New Capenna, one of my favorite sets. You will be missed, but well, let's just say that did not go well In this world, we will find balance, we will find beauty, and this is a wonderful thing in my experience. Now, it's a very tough scale to balance. We will see if Wizards of the Coast can maintain that, because one tip too far in either direction, and, well, it's not going to go well. But that's my take on Bloomburrow and the singles prices kind of coming down and what that means for all of us. What do you think about everything I've said in this video? Do you like that singles for Bloomburrow are cheaper? Are you upset that there's no value in the play booster? Not no value, but maybe a little bit less, a little smidge. Let me know in the comments section below. And if you haven't subscribed, like I said, hit the button because it helps me out a ton. Share this video with other friends, do all the YouTube stuff. I'm so sick of saying it. And listen, thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh, and, well, I'm sure we'll be around. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.